Hey everyone, let me introduce an all-new member to the Packtalk line, Packtalk Neo. In this tutorial, we'll show you everything you need to know about it. Packtalk Neo comes loaded with premium technology. To install this on essentially any type of helmet, tutorial will be covering a full face helmet and also a 3/4 open face helmet. Keep in mind, these are the steps that you will follow if you're putting it into a modular helmet as well. Remember, for this, there's no tools needed, and if you find yourself in trouble, you can always refer to the installation guide. So, let's do it. If your helmet allows for it, start by removing the cheek pads and headliner. This part isn't absolutely critical, but it does make the process a bit more straightforward and gives you a little bit more access to the inside of the helmet. Now you can tell immediately that both of these helmets have a little cutout that the manufacturer has put there intended for a speaker. If your helmet doesn't have this, it doesn't matter, no big deal. But if it does, it's not a bad place to start. The most important thing is making sure that when you put the helmet on, that speaker lands right over your ear. So if that happens to be where the cutout is, great. If it's not, feel totally free to move it wherever that needs to be. So we'll grab both of the round speaker Velcro and begin to place one over each ear. At this point, go ahead and grab your speakers. I've got the plug on this side. You'll notice that one of the speaker wires is quite a bit longer. This one, the long one, is designed to go on the right side of the helmet. So starting with the short one, just go ahead and place that where you put your Velcro, where you presume the ear is going to be, and place the speaker with the longer wire over on the right side. Now with that longer speaker wire going up and over top of the helmet, go ahead and put your headliner back in. We're done with that. And if your headliner was not removable, you can always just route that longer speaker wire around the back. Just tuck it in nice and clean and you'll be good. Okay, the speakers are in, the headliner is back. Let's turn to the microphone. In helmets like this, a 3/4, or in cases of a modular, we're gonna be using the boom microphone. So we're on the left side of the helmet, and before you go to put any of the adhesive Velcro in, you wanna take the boom microphone and just kind of lay it in there and make sure you've got two good contact points to put that Velcro while also leaving yourself enough boom to get around in front of your mouth. That looks good. So we'll grab the Velcro, place those in the area that we know are gonna work. Then grab our hybrid boom mic and go ahead and put it on. Be mindful, you always want that little triangle facing towards the direction of your mouth. Back to our full face for a second. This is where we could choose to use the wired button mic, and doing so is very easy. Just grab one of those rectangular adhesive Velcros and stick it right in the front of the helmet in the area where you think your mouth might be. Then just grab the mic and place it onto that piece of Velcro so that when you put the helmet on, it's directly in line with your mouth. You have two options when going to mount the Cradle onto the left side of the helmet. One is the clamp mount, two is the adhesive mount. And the way to figure out which one you're going to use is by looking at this left side of the helmet. If this is greater than 5 millimeters in thickness, or as in the case with this one, you have a little hardware for the drop-down visor, you're going to want to use the adhesive mount, which is what we'll do on this one. First, take one of the alcohol prep pads, make sure to clean the surface. And once that dries, go ahead and line it up real nice and stick it on. The longer you apply pressure, the better, and the longer you let it sit before using it, the better. Now on this helmet, the left side is very accessible. It's less than that 5 millimeter tolerance. There's no hardware in the way, so we will use the clamp. To put the clamp onto the Cradle, just from the back side, slide it up from underneath. And then about dead center on the helmet, go ahead and force the clamp all the way up. Our adhesive mount is now ready for the Cradle. And now we just need to connect the wires. Using the audio connector in your box, go ahead and plug in the microphone and the speakers. At this point, while leaving the tip of the audio connector outside of the helmet, it's all about just getting the cheek pads back in, tucking the wire away underneath the liner, and getting it nice and clean. Essentially, the inside of the helmet should look like nothing really happened. And now for the best part, just grab the Packtalk Neo, go rear first, push the front till you get the click. By the way, pushing down on this little tab is how you remove the unit. Go around back to plug in the audio connector, and you are done. Thanks for watching. See you next time.